made it. We're here in Connecticut. We're in Harrison Wonderland Pets. Woo! Get warm.
Okay, I'm going inside.
Okay, we're gonna go hang out with Adam. Come on, let's go. Adam! Adam! Look at all this cool stuff. Oh, what are you doing? So this is Adam Harris, the owner, the guy. Can you give kind of like a brief history of Harrison Wonderland, how it started to where it is now?
No.
Hello. Welcome to Harrison Wonderland.
Harrison Wonderland actually goes back to the 1940s when my father started Harrison Wonderland, basically as a overgrown hobby. My father was into fish. He was into fish much more so than reptiles or anything like that. So when he started, he was breeding fish in his mom's kitchen, and his mom was tired of people coming over and stopping by to get a pair of guppies or whatever, so she told him he has to go and get a little storefront if this is to continue. So he rented a little corner shop on New Britain Avenue in West Hartford, Connecticut, and that was the beginnings of Harrison Wonderland in the 1940s. He then had a career in teaching for 31 years, and he was in the armed forces for a while. And then in his retirement, he and I got back together, and in 1999, we reopened Harrison Wonderland in a crummy little place on the side of a pizza joint in Bloomfield. We were there for a year, moved next door to a much bigger location, and have been kind of expanding ever since until this current incarnation of Harrison Wonderland. We've been in this particular spot for just a little over a year. And it's been a great move for us. It's enabled us to expand product lines. We've got dedicated parking, easier access, handicapped access. There's a number of perks to being here. So it was a great move being here. It's worked out really well at the new location.
Adam is kind of a key person in my upbringing of reptiles. So when I was a young kid who had dreams of working with reptiles full time, I was just kind of like, brush dog. You're like, yeah, kid, go on, get out of here. Go play with your leopard gecko. And I met Adam at Forest Park Zoo. He came by with some animals to do a talk. And I was like gawking at the panther chameleons. I was like, oh my God, I love reptiles. Like, I want to work with reptiles. And he was like, the first guy that wasn't like, piss off, you little piece of crap, And I remember coming out to a shop with my mom and like geeking out because it was everything that I had like read about in books or saw at the beginnings of the internet. And I was like, oh my God, they're here in person. Like, this is the coolest thing ever. And now it's formed a terrible, terrible disease within my being of just needing a lot of reptiles. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're going to check out some awesome animals that Adam has here at the shop, and because there's some pretty cool things that I don't think Rob or I was expecting to see, but we're happy that we saw them.
Me?
Yes.
Whenever I'm ready.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
You didn't say action. You didn't count me in. He was like, hey, I'm recording right now. 100%. Okay, well, I guess then we're going to be recording right now.
Yep, we're recording right now.
So,
why does Adam have a corn snake in his hand?
That is not a corn snake, you peasant!
Dude, it looks like a corn snake.
So, this snake right here is actually called a royal diadem snake. And they come from northern Africa. They can also be found up into Asia. But they go through a very dramatic color change from the time when they're babies and hatchlings like this up to adults. So when they hatch out, they've got all this kind of spotted patterning all over them. They got heavy patterning on their face. But as they grow, that patterning almost vanishes. It kind of disappears into like a orangey kind of tan colored body as the adults. And they also get these spots and speckles all over them that are really aberrant. There's no real rhyme or reason to them. They just pop up all over them. And they usually get big splotches on them as well, which, guess what? I'm going to let you in on a secret.
What?
You got some adults here to look at, too.
Oh.
Oh, no! Dad! John!
Dude, you're supposed to call for John so we can have him do a thumbs up.
John! Where's the thumbs up? Check that snake out. So you can see a little bit of that remnant patterning in there on the top. But you can see it's ghostly. It just like kind of vanishes as that animal grows. They've got these bright colored heads, and that varies depending on region. They've got these big black aberrant spots all over them. Check that out. How cool is that? And they can get up to about 5.5, 6 foot long. So they're not a small colubrid like some of the Kukri snakes, but still really cool. Look at that. Look at that. That's actually really cool. Tried to go up my nose. What the hell? You trained it to do that, didn't you?
Works really well.
I want you to be sure and get the pyramid.
Yes.
Royalty. Just so they feel at home. We've got the pyramid.
It's for authenticity's sake.
Exactly.
This is Roxy. Roxy's a rhino iguana, or Schleichera, as you're scientifically called, are absolutely wonderful iguanas. And any chance I get to hang out with a rhino iguana, I take advantage of it. Be it Dozer and Tonka at Nerd, Roxy here at Harrison Wonderland, or even Bella at the Reptarium. I mean, how can you not love a prehistoric dog like this?
Now you know how I feel about ball pythons.
Yes.
You love them.
I love them.
Yes.
I love them. So we can check out the ball pythons
Okay.
under one condition. I need a lesson.
You need a trumpet lesson.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can play the trumpet.
I guess, yeah. Let's jam. I'm ready.
Dude, he's got so many ball pythons.
No better snake.
Yeah. So there's two in particular. We were kind of staring at a bunch of stuff, and there's two in particular that I was really kind of geeking out about this. So this is super pastel, spot nose, fire, yellow belly.
That's correct.
So are you breeding this? What are you doing with
I
this?
will be. I have a couple of girls that are slated for introduction to him. I'm
Okay.
kind of saving them out for him.
Now we're not talking about normals, are we?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you got to
Alright.
prove it out, right? I mean, how do I know this is super pastel, spot nose, fire, yellow belly?
That's a good point, guys. If you have to prove out a powerhouse male, don't get a powerhouse female. Get a normal. You can get normals here at Harrison Wonderland Pets.
We got plenty of them. But they're all going to him right
Yeah,
now.
that's right. That's right. You can buy them afterwards. Hopefully, they'll all be proven breeders. One particular snake in here that you even confused me on, but I think I got the most obscure gene in the mix, which was cypress.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
I was like, stripy things. So this is. I'm reading the tag. I'm not even
Go
going to
for
try
it,
to
yeah.
redo it. Orange Dream, Coral Glow, Yellow Belly, Black Pastel, Fire, Cypress. That's a powerhouse. And what are you doing with this?
I don't know. I think it's just going to be a pet.
Cool.
Because they're so interesting as a pet, I just wanted to keep it as a pet.
It's true. You know, you get it in this nice clear bin, and you can just see it
Yeah, I just want to visit it once a year.
right around the breeding season.
No, just like that other guy, I've got a couple of females that I'm going to put him to and see if we can get some cool combos.
And just prove it out.
And just prove it out.
Yeah. We're all about proving things out. It's you got to know what you're working with, people. So, and I mean, dude, normal ball pythons, he's the man. So, yeah.
And who's to say this even has coral glow? I mean, do you see coral glow there?
I see a little bit more banana. I didn't want to say anything, but coming from a place that that knows coral glows, this is 100% a banana. But I mean, what do I know though? Yeah, but that is actually a powerhouse animal that has the ability to produce some really, really cool stuff.
All right, so I got a couple more really cool snakes in the rack behind me. I gotta go wash my hands. I'm gonna let you check them out, find them, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, perfect. Anybody familiar with ARS?
We're taking a look at some Kukri snakes. So Kukri snakes are a type of colobrid that has got a specialized tooth to them that they use for cracking open eggs. And it's like a little blade, basically. And that's how they got their name. They're named after the Kukri knife, which comes from Asian culture. And that tooth is particularly sharp. And they're kind of notorious for, if you mess with them too much, they'll bite you and it'll slice you wide open. How cool is that? Not a very common species of snake. And they don't get too big either. They get about like 18 inches long.
All right, so this one's a little
Bigger.
little beefier here, maybe a little more testy. I don't know. Let's find out.
Cool. So this one right here, it's a little bit of a bigger Kukri snake. Oh, this one's gonna bite me. I know it. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. See that? You see how it's like flailing like that? They'll do that, and then when they're flailing, they'll open up their mouth, and just hit you with the teeth, as opposed to biting like a lot of other snakes. They'll hit you with those teeth, kind of like a retic when they slash bite. They'll just cut you wide open. Look at that. That's gorgeous. That bright red. There's a bunch of different species of kukri snakes, but these red ones are some of the most pretty. They're really, really beautiful.
Good. You just made it unfocused.
Sorry. I can't help it. Unbalanced, unfocused, that's me.
Dude. How many bins is this supposed to have?
Did you get these from Alan?
I did.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Shout out to Alan.
Shout out to Alan. If you checked out the Reptile Talk podcast, you'd know that we had Alan Both on there, and he actually produced these snakes right here. So what we've got right here, these are called 100 flower snakes. And they're a very uncommon colobrid. They can get pretty big. They can get up to about 7 feet long and thick, probably about that big around. So super pretty snake. They're bright green. They got the red heads, and then also they got the like reddish orange down the tail as well. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Check out that iris too. They got a nice orange eye.
Super, super pretty. So roughly how old is this one right here?
This is just about 2 years
Yeah,
old.
a year and a half, 2 years old, yeah.
Yep.
Gorgeous. Such a cool snake. Very underrated. You don't see those everywhere. So you got to check him out at Harrison Wonderland.
Along with the normal ball pythons.
He's like, I got normal ball pythons and Mollendorfine. It balances out. It balances out. I got one really rare thing and then one really normal thing.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just saying, normal ball pythons are probably about as rare as the kukris.
Probably. Nowadays, they're not het for anything. He's just got normal ball
Yeah,
pythons.
just straight up normals.
A little hypo
See, that's something that wants to bite me.
Brazilian.
Brazilian rainbow boa. Do you like Brazilians?
They're all right.
He's like, I like the landing strip. But... You don't see the hypo Brazilians all the time, though.
That's true.
Super, super pretty.
Yeah. This is a nice little female hypo produced by Ike Leitner.
Ooh, Ike produces some really nice stuff.
Yeah.
How cool is that? So the hypos basically take out all the black coloration in the pattern, and you're left with kind of like a caramel color almost. So as this gets bigger, what looks like dark patterning on it is going to get lighter and lighter and lighter. Super pretty.
This one has eyelets like a click beetle. You know those giant click beetles?
Yeah.
Beetle
Oh.
and a gray band.
I thought you were going to say like Calvin. I was like, no! 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 Yeah, the Colbert guy at Nerd likes to breed all the hybrid everything. I know. I know. They tried breeding a corn snake to a ball python. Or a corn snake to a hognose snake this year. Were
Really?
you holding the trigger on the back?
No, I wasn't. After
Well-
I let go of that. You're not supposed to, Rob. Look at you're making me pull a Donny right now. Look at this. Look at it, Rob. Look at it. Dude, that was an endeavor. So we just got some really cool baby rhino rat snakes in at Nerd, but we don't actually have rhino rats. We don't breed them. So we definitely should. But what's super cool about Harris Wonderland Pets here in Connecticut is the fact that Adam has the ability right now to show us what a baby looks like, what a juvenile looks like, which isn't all that great, and then what an adult looks like. So we'll start from the beginning.
Fresh out of the egg, a little hatchling is like a steely kind of a gray color. Not much of a green hue to it at all. Just sometimes you see hints of an olive green or something in certain hatchlings, but mostly they're that gray brown. I've seen a bunch of them that have a lot of brown striping in them as well. Mine don't tend to have the striping, but they more or less have the checkering. What you'll see is like a dorsal stripe on some babies. But it takes them a couple of years to develop their colors. So in that first year, they are pretty much this color, and then by the second year, they start filling in. Once they're about a year old or so, they'll start to fill in with the color. It starts as a drab kind of a color, and it brightens a lot as they get older. So this one is in the phase where it's starting to brighten and really get that emerald green color to it. But prior to that, it was more of an olive, kind of a drab color, maybe a camouflage green, before it starts to brighten it in. And then in that third year, they'll typically get their full-on adult colors. And one other thing I think is super cool about this species is that their skin, ooh, he just tagged me, their skin is a different color underneath, and you can kind of see that white and black check mark in between the green scales. So when this snake slithers along and the skin moves as its body undulates, you'll see that kind of come and go.
Oh, I'm going right to the face, dude. Oop. Somebody's coming to investigate. They're like, what the heck is that? All right. Oh, it's gonna happen. So, being that they are an arboreal species, they kind of suck to get out of trees because this is where they thrive. But with some prying, you can get them out, and they're an incredible species.
They're really, really cool. And they've got that little proboscis thing, the process off their nose that gives them their name, Rhino rat snake, that helps to disguise them in the leaves. It gives them that impression of a drip tip off of a leaf to further disguise them in the leaves. A lot of times they're hunting for little lizards and frogs and things in the trees, and that helps to really conceal them along with their camouflage color as well.
One of the things that I think is really cool about them also is they make a great display colubrid species.
They do, yeah. They're very active, daytime active. They're a nice active snake.
So if you want a cool looking kind of display colubrid that's not huge like dry marcon species or anything like that, like these guys are wonderful. You see them up there basking, and everything. They're just really, really cool and super inquisitive and potentially willing to bite you if you're a warm-blooded intruder trying to pry them out of a tree.
They're very agile in the tree too. You can see I've got rather thin things, that manzanita wood and stuff in there, and they climb right up that. They'll sit in it. They'll loop their coils through that. It's really kind of a cool way that they climb right in there. A little bit more, and you notice that you don't see as much of that black and white flecking throughout. He's more of a solid color anyway.
Interesting.
And when he's freshly shed, you can really see the blue on the underbelly. You can almost see a line where it's blue on one side and green on the other side.
Odium.
There's a lot of blue color in there. So this animal will produce more blue color in offspring. You can line breed them to bring that out.
All right, guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. We had a great time here at Harris in Wonderland Pets with Adam Harris.
In Wonderland.
Who might not be as thrilled, but maybe he is. I don't know. Dude, I heard you played a mean trumpet.
Oh, yeah, I do.
So make sure that if you like this video, smash that like button.
Hit subscribe and your notification bell. And
check out
the Reptile Talk podcast.
Yes, the Reptile Talk podcast.
And Harris in Wonderland Pets.
Harris in Wonderland Pets.